Welcome to the April Beer Blog, and it's Georgian Dragon. We're here in the Unwin Arms, which is just off Davies Lane in Lewes. Now, Georgian Dragon was first brewed in 2010 to commemorate St. George's Day, but more on that later. First, a little about Gideon Mantell. Mantell was born in 1790 in Lewes, 1790, the year Harvey's was founded, and immediately he was shown to be a very intelligent, diligent, capable student, and after a few years at John Button's Academy in Cliff, he went off to study with a relative, returning to Lewes at 15, where he was apprenticed to local surgeon Sir James Moore. Once he'd completed his apprenticeship, he went up to London and qualified as a surgeon. He then returned to Lewes and took up his practice there. He was surgeon to the army barracks at Ringmer. He was travelling all over the county on horseback, tending to his patients and also delivering children. He was a very busy country doctor and one who was held in high regard. He also found time to pursue his hobby of geology, and going around the various quarries around Lewes and further afield, he collected fossil specimens, and later on quarrymen would actually send him the specimens they found as they were working the chalk. Now, some teeth which were discovered at Cookfield actually turned out to be from what we now know is the iguanodon, and Mantell is credited with discovering those. He was a very, very respected paleontologist and had a museum in his house, first at Lewes and then later at Brighton. The rest of his life was to take a rather tragic turn. His wife was to leave him, his marriage breaking down, his daughter dying young, and himself suffering ill health and accidents. And on top of this, rivals of his within the scientific community attacked his work and claimed his successes as their own. And sadly, Mantell died after taking an overdose of opium, which he was using as a painkiller. But he really was a most remarkable man, and we feel honoured to commemorate him in this small way with our beer, Georgian Dragon. Here we have the finished product. Pale ale malt as ever, crystal malt there to give a little bit of sweetness on the palate, but the real star of the show is Pioneer, which we've dry hopped with, and lovely herbal, slightly citrus hoppy aromas there. 4.8%, which is a good gravity to take this strong bitterness and potent hop aroma. So a lovely beer to see in the spring. Cheers.